And she was in a part of town where she never frequents, but she had some random people come in to see her internationally, and they're like, hey, let's go to one more place. So it was truly like a happy accident.
In the glittering world of Hollywood, where fame often overshadows feelings and relationships are sometimes seen as publicity stunts, real love stories are rare treasures. Yet some of the world's most famous men have shown that love doesn't care about fame, wealth, or headlines. These men found their soulmates not among fellow celebrities, but in ordinary, hard-working women who lived simple lives far away from red carpets and movie sets. These women were waitresses, hairstylists, teachers, and engineers. People who had no idea they would one day capture the hearts of global superstars. The beauty of these relationships lies not in their luxury, but in their sincerity. Their stories remind us that love can start in the most unexpected places, a bar, a salon, or even a small cafe, and still stand strong despite the challenges that fame brings. In this article, we'll explore the heartfelt stories of 10 male celebrities who fell in love with women outside Hollywood's glamorous world, proving that sometimes the most beautiful love stories begin in ordinary moments. In 2003, Hollywood superstar Matt Damon was in Miami filming Stuck on You. After a long day on set, he decided to escape the growing crowd of fans and ducked into a nightclub called Crowbar. Inside, a bartender named Luciana Barroso was busy working, serving drinks and managing the rush. Damon, who once trained as a bartender for a movie role, stepped behind the counter to help her, and that's how their story began. Luciana was a single mother raising her daughter, Alexia, and living a quiet life away from fame. She wasn't impressed by Hollywood stars. She was focused on her job and her family. That's exactly what attracted Damon, her honesty, her strength, and her humility. Despite his fame and millions, Damon didn't chase a glamorous romance. Instead, he quietly dated Luciana for 2 years before they married in a small ceremony in New York City in 2005. They now share 3 daughters and a deep bond built on respect and normalcy. Damon often says Luciana keeps him grounded and saved him from the emptiness of Hollywood life. Their love is proof that real happiness doesn't need red carpets, just connection, kindness, and trust. Christian Bale, known for his intense roles in movies like The Dark Knight, once said he didn't believe in marriage. His parents' divorce left him doubting lasting love. But everything changed in 1999 when he met Cibi Blažić, a Serbian-American woman who worked as Winona Ryder's assistant. She wasn't chasing fame, she was simply doing her job. They met at a party, and within a year, Bale, the man who never planned to marry, eloped with Cibi in Las Vegas. There were no cameras or crowds, just 2 people following their hearts. Over the years, Cibi built her own identity as a professional stunt driver, even performing high-speed scenes in Bale's films like The Dark Knight Rises and Ford via Ferrari. Bale admits her fearlessness still amazes him. Their love has lasted over 25 years, a rare achievement in Hollywood. They share 2 children and have built a quiet, private life. Bale once said that Cibi made him believe in love again, showing that true strength in a partner is not about fame or glamour, but about standing beside each other through every challenge. Jeff Bridges' story sounds like a movie itself. In 1975, while filming Rancho Deluxe in Montana, he saw a young waitress named Susan Geston who caught his attention instantly. She had bruises from a recent car accident, but her confidence and warmth struck him. When Jeff asked her out, she turned him down twice. But fate had other plans. They met again at a party, danced, and something clicked. Though Bridges was scared of commitment, he couldn't deny how special she was. Eventually, they married in 1977 and built a beautiful family with 3 daughters. Their love has faced many tests, including Jeff's cancer diagnosis in 2020. During his illness, Susan stayed by his side, fighting for him when things looked hopeless. Jeff later said she gave him strength to survive. Decades later, he still carries a photo from the day they met in his wallet, a small reminder of the moment that changed his life. Their story shows that love isn't about perfect timing or glamour. It's about faith, patience, and finding someone who stays through every storm. Before Patrick Dempsey became famous for Grey's Anatomy, he was just another client at Gillian Fink's salon in Los Angeles. When Gillian saw his name on the appointment list, she thought it was a joke until he walked in. Their connection was instant but quiet. For 3 years, they kept things professional while both were in other relationships. When they finally began dating in 1997, Patrick decided to keep it simple. Their first date wasn't a fancy dinner. He cooked pasta for her at home, 2 years later, they married at his family's farmhouse in Maine, surrounded by close friends and family. Over time, they had 3 children and supported each other through ups and downs. In 2015, Jillian filed for divorce, but Patrick fought to save their marriage. They reconciled and have remained together ever since. Jillian never used Patrick's fame for her own benefit. She continued her career as a respected hairstylist and makeup artist. Their journey shows that even in Hollywood, love can survive if both people are willing to work for it. Vince Vaughn, known for his bachelor roles in romantic comedies, found real love in an unexpected way. In 2008, he met Kyla Weber, a Canadian real estate agent, at a wedding. She grew up in a small farming town in Alberta, far from the glamour of Hollywood. Unlike the models and actresses Vince had dated before, Kyla was private and grounded. After his public breakup with Jennifer Aniston, that was exactly what he needed. Their connection was instant but simple. They talked for hours, stayed in touch long distance, and got engaged on Valentine's Day 2009. The following year, they married in a quiet ceremony near Chicago. Today, they share 2 children and a peaceful life. Vince has often said that Kyla brought him calmness and stability, something he had never experienced before. Despite living in Los Angeles, Kyla continues to work in real estate and avoids the spotlight. Their love story is like one of Vince's movies, funny, heartwarming, and built on genuine connection rather than fame. Wrestling star and actor John Cena met Shea Shariatzadeh in 2019 while filming Playing with Fire in Vancouver. Shea wasn't a celebrity. She was an engineer with a degree from the University of British Columbia and worked in product management for tech companies. Cena was immediately drawn to her intelligence and humility. Within a year, they were engaged, and in October 2020, they married in a small, private ceremony in Florida. Unlike many celebrity wives, Shea didn't leave her career after marriage. She continues working in technology and prefers to stay out of the limelight. Cena, known for his discipline and focus, often praises her for being his anchor. Their relationship stands out because it's based on mutual respect and admiration, not fame. In 2022, they held a second ceremony in Vancouver to honor her family. Together, they've built a relationship that shows strength doesn't always come from fame. Sometimes, it comes from quiet confidence and shared goals. Stephen Colbert's love story began like something out of a romantic comedy. In 1990, he attended a music festival in Charleston with his mother, unsure about his current relationship. Then he saw Evelyn McGee standing in the theater lobby, and instantly knew she was the one. The funny part? They had actually met years earlier and didn't get along at all, but fate brought them together again at the perfect moment. Evelyn wasn't from Hollywood. She came from a respected family in South Carolina and worked in law and film production. 3 years later, they married in 1993 and raised 3 children. Through Stephen's rise to fame as a comedian and talk show host, Evelyn has remained his biggest supporter. During the pandemic, when Stephen hosted The Late Show from home, she sat behind the camera laughing at his jokes, his only audience for over a year. He later said that if he could make Evelyn laugh, he could make anyone laugh. Their marriage, lasting over 30 years, shows that love filled with humor and friendship can survive anything. Before Eddie Redmayne became an Oscar-winning actor, he was just a student at Eton College. That's where he met Hannah Bagshaw, who attended a nearby girls' school. They met during a charity fashion show when Eddie walked the runway as a favor. For 12 years, they stayed friends, keeping in touch but never dating. Then, in 2012, while Eddie was preparing to film Les Miserables, they finally went on a date. What started as friendship quickly turned into something deeper. By 2014, Eddie proposed, asking Hannah's father for permission, a traditional and sweet gesture. They married in December that year at a cozy winter ceremony filled with candles and music. Eddie even sang at the wedding himself. Today, they share 2 children and a calm, private life in London. Hannah continues her career in public relations, proving she's not defined by her husband's fame. When people think of Hollywood, they often imagine flashing lights, red carpets, and relationships that end as quickly as they start. Every week, headlines appear about breakups, divorces, or shocking scandals. But behind all that noise, there are still stories filled with warmth, patience, and true affection. Stories like the ones we've just seen. These relationships remind us that love can't be scripted, no matter how many movies someone has starred in. It's not about how many awards someone has or how many followers they get on social media. Love, in its purest form, is about connection. 2 people who see each other's hearts, not their status. Many of these celebrities could have easily chosen glamorous partners who lived in their same world of fame. Instead, they fell for people who treated them like ordinary humans, people who didn't care about the Hollywood spotlight. This balance, where one person grounds the other, is what keeps these marriages strong even after decades. It's easy to love someone when the cameras are rolling. The real challenge is staying in love when the lights go off. Ordinary love may sound simple, but in truth, it carries a power that fame often cannot provide. When an ordinary person marries a celebrity, they bring a sense of reality into a world that constantly pretends. For actors who spend their lives playing different roles, coming home to someone who only cares about their true self can feel like a breath of fresh air. Matt Damon once said that Luciana doesn't care about his fame. She just wants him to be a good husband and father. That's a rare kind of honesty in a world full of flattery. The same goes for Christian Bale, who openly admits that his wife, CB, keeps his feet on the ground. She doesn't let him get lost in Hollywood's illusions. She reminds him of who he is as a person. These ordinary women, as the media calls them, are often the strongest part of their husbands' lives. They face the pressures of fame, paparazzi, and rumors, yet they stay calm and supportive. It takes real courage to live beside someone constantly in the public eye. These women didn't marry for attention. They married for love. And that's what makes their stories so inspiring. It's often said that behind every successful man, there's a strong woman. That phrase perfectly fits couples like Jeff Bridges and Susan Jeston, or Pierce Brosnan and Keely Shea Smith. When Jeff Bridges battled cancer, it wasn't the fame that kept him strong. It was Susan's unwavering care and faith. He later said that his wife's love gave him a reason to fight every day. The same goes for Pierce Brosnan, who found new meaning in life after losing his first wife. Keely became his light during his darkest days. These stories reveal something many people forget. Fame doesn't protect anyone from pain or loss. What truly helps in those moments is genuine love, the kind that doesn't ask for anything in return. These women aren't impressed by awards or wealth. They're impressed by character, kindness, and emotional honesty. That's what builds unbreakable relationships. In Hollywood, where people often treat love as a transaction, it's refreshing to see couples who live simply and stay devoted. When you see Jeff and Susan holding hands after 40 years, or Pierce and Keely walking by the beach together after 2 decades, you realize that fame may fade, but love, if it's real, only grows stronger with time. One of the most beautiful things about these love stories is how they evolve with time. For example, Patrick Dempsey and Gillian Fink's marriage went through struggles, like many normal couples. When they almost divorced in 2015, Patrick took a break from racing and focused on rebuilding their bond. He said later that saving their marriage was the most rewarding victory of his life. It shows that relationships require effort, even when both people seem to have it all. Similarly, Eddie Redmayne and Hannah Bagshaw's love grew out of years of friendship. They didn't rush into anything. They built a connection that matured slowly. When Eddie's acting career skyrocketed after The Theory of Everything, Hannah didn't seek attention. She stayed the same supportive, kind partner she had always been. For him, her stability became an anchor in the chaos of fame. And then there's John Cena and Shea Shariatzadeh, a perfect example of modern love based on equality. She didn't give up her own ambitions or identity to be John Cena's wife. Instead, she continued working in tech, showing that marriage doesn't have to mean losing oneself. These couples teach us that love isn't just about romance. It's about respect, patience, and allowing each other to grow. What makes these women truly special is not their connection to celebrity husbands. It's how they've built meaningful lives of their own. Luciana Barroso was a hardworking single mother before she met Matt Damon. She taught him what real strength looks like.